Let the show begin!
The loneliness of death.
Teamwork is teamwork! Let's dance! Come on, we can do it! The more, the merrier. Look at me. Just once more.
Hi guys, this is Alex, and today we're going to be playing Genshin Impact, and we're going to bring you guys a character guide on Razor. So many of you guys have been following the stream lately, and you've seen that I've been maining Razor, and that we've been totally destroying everything with this character. So I'm going to show you guys what I've been using to really make this happen. My Razor is level 60. So I've ascended him a few times, and I'm already gathering the materials that I need for the next ascension. His basic stats are pretty good. If you go to his weapon, this is one of the reasons that my Razor is destroying so much, is that right now I'm using a 5-star weapon called Wolf's Gravestone, and it has a really high base attack and also attack percentage on it. If you look at the refinement stuff, you're going to see that it increased attack by 25%, and also on hit, attacks against enemies with less than 30% hit points. It's going to increase all parties members attack by 50% for 12 seconds, and this can only occur once every 30 seconds. The refine rank is is level 2, so I managed to find a duplicate of this weapon, and I decided to refine it. Now let's say you don't have a 5-star weapon. Obviously you have a lot of other options. You could be using a Skyrider Greatsword, for example. That's refinement rank number 5. Obviously you'd want to level this up quite a bit. The reason I'd say this sword is that it's not that rare, and also the uptime of the refinement effect is kind of easy to do. You can go up to 40% attack percentage over for 6 seconds, and because the max attack of 4, so the uptime of this ability of this weapon is always going to be up basically whenever you're going to do combat encounters. So I think this could be a good low budget type weapon. Now for the artifacts, right now I am running 2 set piece of Berserker for crit rate, and also 2 set piece of Gladiator for the 18% attack. You could, if you don't have the 2 set piece Gladiator, you could be running 2 set piece of Sojourner for the same bonus. You could also run other bonuses, set pieces such as the Martial Artist, for example. There's other good combinations that you could be running, but these are the ones that I've chose. Now for the artifacts themselves, I'm using 4 stars artifacts that are all level 16 just to have as many stats as possible on the items. In this case, the flower is more the defensive aspect of the whole thing. It's mostly for hit points and stuff like this. So the flower is probably the least important slot of them all. Now the feather, that's probably one of the most important one. It's going to be very important to have a max level feather for the high attack that comes with the feathers. And also if some of your stats can roll additional offensive stuff, even better. For the timepiece, we are using a Berserker piece that has a lot of hit points, and also it rolls a decent amount of attack on it. Now do keep in mind that this is not the optimal roll in my opinion. I would have much preferred attack percentage on a Berserker piece or like another good set piece, but right now I don't have the luxury of really choosing all that much just yet. Now for the goblet, I'm using a Bloodstained Chevalier's Goblet, and this one, the main reason I use it is because of the physical damage bonus that is pretty high, and also the attack percentage that roll on there, and a bit of crit rate too. So this item rolled extremely well, and it's extremely powerful. It is really contributing to making Razor extremely strong. Obviously your artifact pieces, you're going to always try to prioritize as much offensive as possible on your main DPS character. Now for the last piece, I am using the Gladiator helmet, mainly for the 2 set piece of attack plus 18%. Unfortunately, I was extremely unlucky on my roll, and this item rolled healing bonus 27%, so this is pretty terrible in my case, but I'm rolling this item for now, and eventually I'll hopefully try to get something a little bit better. Now for the talents, it's going to be pretty important to invest a lot of the books and the materials to level up your talents. In my opinion, the most important part of the talents is going to be your basic attack, because it is your bread and butter. So always level up the normal attack priority on a main DPS character. For Razor, his E ability, you're going to always cleave like a lightning claw, and it's also going to have electro sigils that's going to help you like refresh refresh their duration and stuff. So it increases energy recharge rate, and often what this is going to cause is that your ultimate recharge rate is going to be filled extremely fast, and your ultimate is going to be ready to be cast. However, you're still going to be on cooldown, so you're not going to be able to ultimate just right away after your ult has expired. Now for Lightning Fang, which is the ultimate, you basically have a Spirit Wolf that helps you and increase your attack speed basically, and also your range. It does a lot of damage and really just enhance the experience with Razor. What's really bonkers about all of this is that Razor is a character that uses a claymore, and now you're increasing his attack speed drastically. Do you know how much damage you can do with this? It's extremely satisfying to play, that's for sure, and it's very fun. Now you have a bit less control on the remaining talents, but this one decreases the Claws and Thunder's cooldown by 18%, and using the Lightning Fang resets the cooldown of Claw of Thunder. So that means that you're gonna, before ulting, you press E to do your special attack, then you're gonna ult, and then you're gonna right away press E again because the cooldown is gonna be shaved off entirely, and then you're gonna be able to enter your full rotation. Razor's passive ability, passive talent, is to decrease all party members' sprinting stamina consumption by 20%. This means that you can really, whenever you're exploring, just run a whole lot more without running out of stamina, which is quite convenient. For Constellation, the first Constellation of Razor is actually really good. Picking up elemental orbs or particle increase Razor's damage by 10% for 8 seconds. So this is a big damage increase, that's for sure. The next one is Suppression, increasing crit rate against enemies with less than 30% hit point by 10%. So this is, it's good, but it's gonna shine especially once you're gonna be fighting really hard enemies or really resilient enemies that have a lot of hit points, such as Rune Guards, for example, or bosses. Now for Soul Companion, it's gonna increase your Lightning Fang level by 3. Bite is going to increase when casting your Claw and Thunder. Enemies hit will have their defense decreased by 15% for 7 seconds. So this ability, this Constellation, is really good. And Sharpened Claws increase the level of the Claw and Thunder by 3, so that's more straightforward. And Lupus Fulguris is every 10 seconds Razor's sword charges up and causing the next normal attack to release lightning that deals 100% of Razor's attack as electro damage. When Razor is not using Lightning Fang, Lightning Strike on an enemy will grant Razor an electro sigil for Claw and Thunder. So this last sigil, this last Constellation is extremely good, and obviously it will take a certain amount of time before you have a full Constellation Razor, but this is going to make this character extremely powerful. Now, the way that I personally like to play Razor is as a main DPS. The main reason is that his ultimate is going to be cancelled if you swap him off, so he could not really be a good secondary DPS because obviously you're going to be always wasting that ult. So in my case, my composition that I'm running is Razor as a primary DPS, and I have Xiangling as a secondary DPS with her ultimate ready to assist me. And then I'm also running Barbara right now. The main reason I'm running Barbara, obviously the heal is pretty nice, but multiple reasons. Whenever you're going to press the E button, you're going to have that water aura. And whenever you're going to be swapping to Razor, he's still going to have that aura. That means that he's going to be able to wet enemies, and considering that water is wet, Razor is electro, he's going to be able to electro charge elemental reaction into combat using the water effect. So you're going to do even bonus damage on these enemies. Additionally, although this is a Razor guide, I'm still going to talk about a little bit about the rotation that I'm using and why I'm doing so much damage with Razor. A quick peek at my Barbara, and I go to her weapon. I'm currently using a 3-star weapon that I've refined to level 5, and this weapon does, when switching characters, the new character taking the field has their attack increased by 48% for 10 seconds. This effect can only occur once every 20 seconds. Obviously, these 10 seconds are going to be vital for Razor to deal as much damage as possible, because during these 10 seconds, he's going to be wrecking havoc.
Let the show begin!
The loneliness of death.
Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope that the guide was useful, and if you did enjoy it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Obviously, hopefully this is going to be useful for you guys to build your own Razor. Don't hesitate to join our Discord if you want to talk with us, and we're also going to be streaming daily, so make sure to check out the streams if you want to see some more amazing gameplay. Alright guys, take care.